been traveling for about 10 minutes, so now we'll dive down and do another listen. So first thing, we want to change back to electric. Electric's on half speed, and then we'll start the dive. And we'll use both planes just to make it quicker. Have to blow our tanks. I had forgot that we actually emptied the ballast tanks in order to go faster. So we'll refill them up. Say it is possible to play solo. I definitely think one more person would make the difference because they can control the actual ship while someone does the targeting and firing. Alright, the front ballast is just about done. There we go. Always a good habit to close these. Okay, back one's done. We're probably diving now because I left the diving planes down. Yeah, there we go. Jump back on here. This is another thing too, if you were wanting to make an emergency dive, you were spotted or something, this is when you can actually fill this one back up with water and you'll dive much quicker. Yeah, we're good here, so we'll plane off on the aft. Just take a sec for the sub to stabilize. Okay, it looks like we're going to be coming up a little bit, so that should be fine. Okay, let's slow rate down so we can hear really good. I'm going to try this sonar again. Definitely closer. That's saying there, so we're gonna go back here. We're gonna change our rudder. Go about 186. We'll start here. Okay. Check our depth. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll go in here and listen again. It's definitely rated. Fairly close too, so we're still doing good. We're getting closer to it. So at this point, just for safety, we'll bring ourselves up to periscope depth and take a peek before we surface again. That 10 minutes definitely got us closer. We'll use the attack periscope. Just make sure we're coming up slightly. Down a little bit. Alright. Go up and use the attack periscope to look around. W, raise it. See, we're very close to just peeking out of the water with this now. I'm going to come up just slightly. I'm going to leave the telescope up, or the periscope up. We are coming back. Just want to raise it, get a little more height. See, I'm just putting my front plane up. 13 meters and take a peek. It's still coming up slightly. That'll be fine. So we definitely know we've caught up to the freighters, or ships. We don't actually know what they are yet. Not sure, I don't see any. Zoom in. Yeah, I'm still not seeing. Was there something there? I think we're safe to surface. I'll head back down. Both planes service quicker. Leave it a couple degrees up. We'll switch back to our diesels. There they go. We'll go full speed because we have water in the ballast tanks. Alright, we'll go take a look. Really foggy. Okay, we finally got some contact here. I can see two ships in the distance. If you look at my map, I've actually, this is a different set of ships. I've actually been tracking this, doing the same thing I showed, just going on the surface for about 10-15 minutes, submerging, and then trying to relocate them and adjust my bearing. So we've just made contact here. And I said I am on the surface still. And we're going to do a couple things. We're kind of coming in from a bad angle to see exactly what they are. I'm not even sure how fast they're going. If we go look here, because my ballast tanks are still full of water, I'm maxing out at 13 knots. So I just located them a little while ago. I've been kind of just trying to see what kind of speed they're going. We'll see if we can get some torpedoes or something locked on them. Okay, so the first thing we really need to do is to identify the ship and how far it is from us and its basic heading. You see here, the first thing we notice is it does have a smokestack in the back. So if we push C, go to recognition manual, it's a merchant ship. So it definitely has an aft engine placement. So we'll add that in. Still a little bit too far. It looks like it may have a couple, 3 masts. We really can't see what the superstructure is or how the island placement is yet. So we'll keep going along, try not to get detected, and see if we can slowly get closer and maybe change our angle to kind of cut them off, because it does look like they're heading a little bit to the left port. There's that other ship. So I'm just going to take my heading presently, and I'll probably add about 5 degrees to it and see if we can cut them off. And we'll put the scope back down so they less chance of seeing us. While I'm here, my ballast tanks are completely full. I'm actually going to release some just to get us a little more speed. And if we have to dive, we'll have to remember to fill those up quickly, or we won't be able to dive. So I'll go about 40. Right, we'll look over here. So now we're going 14 knots. We'll just see how far they are again. Where'd they go? Oh, there he is over there. Okay, yeah, so he's pretty much straight in front of me. Go over here, change our rudder controls. We'll see where that takes us. It definitely looks like we're catching up on them. Okay, so one of the things we can we need to identify the ship to know how long it is, its top speed, and how high the masts are. The distance from the water level to the top of the mast will help you determine how far the ship is from you. So if you know the height of the masts, then you actually just use those hashtags on the side. So if we were to use this now, it looks to be about three of those hashtags tall. We're definitely getting closer. It's getting spreading out more. So what we can do, knowing that, you still need to zoom in. We'll take another look at this. Yeah, I would say it's about 4. So it's 4, I think they're called centigrades, hashtags. So 4 hashtags. It's still hard to identify the superstructure or the masts. But just by looking at this, it's pretty sure these are both merchant ships. That one looks to have 2, I think they're called kingpins. That one, the distance you can see, it's got 2 straight up masts with a 90-degree connector between them. Oh, we're definitely gaining on them now. Looks like he may be turning. That may have a mast in the front. So we go back to our manual. The superstructure, it looks to be a composite, just one superstructure. I'm going off this one here. That one has no kingpins on it at all, so it looks to be mast. Is that 4 masts on that? I'm not sure. Let's just see what happens. Mast, and then a funnel. Let's see what we get with that. Okay, we're narrowing it down. Just go back and keep looking. Not sure if that is the right one. Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle. Kind of leaning toward this one now. I don't see, that's the only other one. It does look like the superstructure is more forward. It's hard to tell. But we'll just try this. So we'll use it as this is the one we believe it is. So this tells us our mast height is 36 meters. So what we have to do is divide. So we determine from here it's 4. Oops. So we have 4 hashtags high divided by 36. So I'd say that's 9. Let's just see what this again. Yes, so it's going to be 9. It's still coming in toward us. All right. Put this one down. We're going to go up to our attack telescope. Back up there. Yeah, getting off this ladder can be tricky. There we go. Okay, put the attack telescope up. Oh yeah, they're really close. Better view from this one too. So let's try this again. Yeah, it looks to be 4, so it'd be 9. It's about 10 degrees off. Okay, so what we'll do is start setting this up, and hopefully we can get it to work. So we're going to be using the attack periscope. So the target speed has got to be somewhere a bit slower than us. Now if we go back to C, speed is 14 knots. I think it's a bit lower than that, because we're catching up pretty good. Let's just start with 10. And our range we determined to be 9. Now, the length of the ship is 129 meters. We're not head on. We're more to the back end of it. So I'm going to use a number a little bit higher than this. So we'll put about 30. Let's take another look and see how we're doing. I feel pretty comfortable. We're coming in. It's about 5 now. Yeah, a little bit more. Now angle off our bow. About 8 or 9 degrees. So what's this got us here? And I'm almost thinking we can probably shoot this torpedo right into him here soon. Set the torpedo depth about 2 meters below. I can keep checking. And I don't think they've spotted us yet either.